What is a friend? How to learn who is a good friend and who is a foe. Why do we need friends? Well, nature itself teaches us the balance, providing both day and night, activity and rest. Similarly, as you have foes, you must have friends. So in this video, I will be talking about importance of friendship that Seneca had taught us in his letter. Now, to achieve true friendship, we must also balance trust and judgment, action and relaxation. By doing so, we foster a harmonious life, both with ourselves and others. If you use the term friend in a loose, conventional sense, akin to how we might casually refer to someone as a gentleman or greet an acquaintance with "my dear fellow," then we might overlook this inconsistency. However, if you genuinely consider someone a friend without extending them the full measure of your trust, you are indeed in error. You fail to grasp the essence and weight of genuine friendship. In our everyday interactions, we often use the word friend lightly. We call colleagues acquaintances, or even mere acquaintances friends, sometimes out of politeness or habit. This casual use dilutes the profound meaning of friendship. When you say someone is your friend, but then express reservations about sharing your personal matters with them, it suggests that you have not truly internalized what it means to have a friend. True friendship goes far beyond mere familiarity or social interaction. A genuine friend is someone with whom you share a deep mutual trust. This kind of relationship is built over time through shared experiences, mutual understanding, and a consistent display of loyalty and support. When you call someone a friend, it should imply that you trust them as implicitly as you trust yourself. If this is not the case, you are misusing the term and misunderstanding the nature of friendship. Trust is the cornerstone of any deep, meaningful relationship. Without it, a friendship is superficial and lacks the depth required for genuine connection. Trusting someone means believing that they have your best interests at heart, that they will keep your confidences, and that they will support you in times of need. If you have doubts about these aspects with someone you call a friend, then the relationship does not meet the true criteria of friendship. To understand this better, consider the analogy of a building. The foundation of a building must be strong and reliable to support the structure above. Similarly, the foundation of a friendship must be trust. Without a solid foundation, the building or the friendship cannot stand firm. It may appear stable from the outside, but it is vulnerable to collapse under stress or pressure. Moreover, a friendship without trust is not only fragile, but also burdensome. Constantly questioning the loyalty or intentions of someone you consider a friend can be exhausting. It prevents you from experiencing the true joys of companionship, such as unreservedly sharing your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. A true friend is a confidant, a person with whom you can share your innermost thoughts without fear of judgment or betrayal. If you cannot do this, then you are deprived of one of the most valuable aspects of friendship. Reflect on the wisdom of ancient philosophers. Aristotle, for instance, distinguished between different types of Seneca in his letters, emphasizes the importance of aligning our words with their true meanings. When you use the term friend, it should signify a relationship that has been tested and proven over time, one that is built on mutual trust and respect. Calling someone a friend without trusting them is like calling a mere acquaintance a confidant. It diminishes the value of true friendship and can lead to misunderstandings and disappointments. It is also important to recognize that true friendship requires mutual effort and commitment. Both parties must be willing to invest time and energy into the relationship, to support each other in times of need, and to be honest and transparent. This mutual commitment is what fosters trust and deepens the bond between friends. If you find yourself hesitant to trust someone, it may be worth considering whether they have demonstrated the qualities of a true friend and whether you have reciprocated those qualities. Trusting someone fully does involve a certain level of vulnerability. It means opening up and allowing another person into the more private areas of your life. This can be daunting, especially if past experiences have made you wary of trusting others. However, it is this very vulnerability that deepens connections and makes friendships truly meaningful. Without it, relationships remain shallow and unfulfilling. Furthermore, consider the impact of trust on personal growth. True friends challenge us, support us, and help us become better individuals. They provide honest feedback and perspective, helping us to see our strengths and weaknesses more clearly. This kind of constructive support is only possible in a relationship built on trust. If you withhold trust, you deny yourself the opportunity to benefit from the valuable insights and encouragement that a true friend can offer. In addition to personal growth, trust in friendship also provides a sense of security and belonging. Knowing that there is someone you can rely on, someone who understands and accepts you, brings a profound sense of comfort and stability. This sense of belonging is a fundamental human need, and true friendship fulfills this need in a way that few other relationships can. Therefore, it is essential to approach the formation of friendships with intentionality and discernment. Take the time to evaluate whether someone has the qualities of a true friend before you bestow that title upon them. Look for signs of loyalty, integrity, and mutual respect. Once you have decided to call someone a friend, embrace that relationship fully with openness and trust. This deliberate approach ensures that your friendships are genuine and deeply rooted. The casual use of the term friend without the corresponding depth of trust undermines the true essence of friendship. Genuine friendship is built on a foundation of trust, mutual respect, and commitment. It requires vulnerability and a willingness to invest in the relationship. By carefully discerning whom we call friends and fully embracing those relationships, we can experience the profound joy and fulfillment that true friendship brings. Let us strive to honor the true meaning of friendship in our lives, fostering connections that are both meaningful and enduring. True friendship is founded on complete trust. You should be able to share everything with a friend, but such openness must be preceded by careful judgment. Trust must come after friendship is established, not before. As Theophrastus wisely advised, we should judge a man before making him our friend, rather than making someone a friend and then judging him. Take your time to consider whether a person is worthy of your friendship, but once you decide to admit him into your circle, do so wholeheartedly and confide in him as you would in yourself. Friendship in its truest form is one of the most profound and rewarding aspects of human life. It offers a unique bond that can support us through our greatest challenges and celebrate with us in our happiest moments. However, such a deep connection cannot be formed on a whim or based on superficial interactions. True friendship requires a foundation of complete trust, which is built through careful judgment and mutual respect. The importance of this foundation cannot be overstated. Trust is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship, especially friendship. It allows us to open up, share our innermost thoughts and feelings, and rely on someone else without fear of betrayal or judgment. This level of openness is essential for a friendship to flourish. Without it, the relationship remains shallow, lacking the depth and authenticity that characterize true companionship. Before we can establish this trust, however, we must first exercise careful judgment. As Theophrastus wisely advised, it is crucial to evaluate a person's character before making them a friend. This process of judgment involves observing their behavior, values, and how they interact with others. Are they loyal and dependable? Do they act with integrity and honesty? Are they capable of empathy and understanding? These are the questions we must consider before extending our hand in friendship. Taking the time to judge a potential friend is not an act of cynicism, but one of prudence. It ensures that we are not placing our trust in someone unworthy of it. By carefully considering whether a person is deserving of our friendship, we protect ourselves from potential harm and disappointment. It allows us to build relationships with people who will enrich our lives, support us, and reciprocate our trust and loyalty. Once we have made the careful decision to admit someone into our circle, it is important to do so wholeheartedly. Half-hearted or conditional friendships do not serve us well. When we choose to call someone a friend, we should commit to the relationship with our full selves, embracing the responsibilities and privileges that come with true friendship. This means being open, honest, and supportive, just as we would expect from our friend. Confiding in a friend as we would in ourselves is a mark of true friendship. It signifies that we trust them deeply, that we value their perspective and support, and that we are willing to be vulnerable with them. This mutual exchange of trust and openness is what strengthens the bond between friends, making the relationship resilient and enduring. However, this level of trust and openness should not be granted lightly. It must be earned over time through consistent behavior and mutual respect. Trust is not something that can be demanded or assumed. It is something that is built through shared experiences, honesty, and loyalty. By taking the time to carefully judge a potential friend, we lay the groundwork for a relationship that can stand the test of time. In a world where relationships can often be fleeting and superficial, the value of true friendship cannot be underestimated. It offers us a sanctuary of trust and support, a space where we can be our authentic selves without fear of judgment. This is why it is so important to choose our friends wisely, to ensure that the people we surround ourselves with are worthy of our trust and capable of reciprocating the deep commitment that true friendship entails. Moreover, true friendship enriches our lives in ways that go beyond the superficial. It provides emotional support, helps us navigate life's challenges, and brings joy and fulfillment. Friends are our confidants, our partners in adventure, and our anchors in times of trouble. They help us grow and become better versions of ourselves. But to reap these benefits, we must first invest the time and effort into choosing our friends wisely and building a foundation of trust. Building this foundation requires patience and discernment. It involves observing how a potential friend handles various situations, how they treat others, and whether their values align with our own. It means looking beyond the surface to understand their true character. This process may take time, but it is a worthwhile investment that will pay off in the long run. Once we have decided to welcome someone into our inner circle, we should do so with open arms and an open heart. This means being willing to share our thoughts, feelings, and experiences with them, and being equally receptive to theirs. It means being there for them in times of need, celebrating their successes, and supporting them through their challenges. True friendship is a two-way street, requiring effort and commitment from both parties. True friendship is built on a foundation of complete trust, which must be established through careful judgment and mutual respect. Before we can fully open up and share our lives with someone, we must first take the time to evaluate their character and ensure that they are deserving of our trust. Once we have made this decision, we should embrace the relationship wholeheartedly, confiding in our friend as we would in ourselves. By doing so, we create a bond that is deep, meaningful, and enduring, enriching our lives in countless ways. Let us strive to honor the true essence of friendship, choosing our friends wisely and committing to these relationships with our full selves. Our lives should be lived with such integrity that there is nothing we could not share even with our enemies. Yet we know that some matters are better kept private, adhering to societal norms. With a true friend, however, you should be able to share all your concerns and thoughts without hesitation. Trust in their loyalty, and you will encourage them to be loyal. On the contrary, constant suspicion fosters deception. By doubting someone's loyalty, you might provoke the very betrayal you fear. Living a life of integrity means adhering to a moral code and being truthful and honest in all our dealings. It is about being transparent and consistent in our actions and words, so much so that even if our enemies were to scrutinize us, there would be nothing to hide. This level of integrity builds a strong foundation of trustworthiness and reliability. It ensures that we are not living double lives or presenting false fronts to different people. In essence, it means living authentically and being true to ourselves. However, societal norms dictate that certain matters are best kept private. These norms exist for various reasons, including maintaining personal boundaries, protecting sensitive information, and avoiding unnecessary conflicts. There are aspects of our lives that are intimate and personal, and discretion in these matters is often wise. It is a matter of balancing transparency with prudence, ensuring that we do not overshare to our detriment while still maintaining our integrity. When it comes to friendship, though, the dynamics change significantly. A true friend is someone with whom we should feel completely comfortable sharing our deepest concerns and thoughts. This is not merely a social obligation, but a vital aspect of what makes a friendship genuine and profound. The ability to confide in a friend without hesitation is what distinguishes true friends from mere acquaintances. It is in these intimate exchanges that the bonds of friendship are strengthened and deepened. Trust is the cornerstone of this kind of friendship. When we trust a friend with our innermost thoughts and worries, we are not only showing our confidence in them, but also fostering a reciprocal relationship of loyalty and support. Trusting someone encourages them to be trustworthy in return. It creates a positive cycle where mutual trust and respect reinforce each other. This kind of trust is built gradually through consistent, reliable interactions and the assurance that our friend has our best interests at heart. Conversely, constant suspicion can be detrimental to any relationship. When we doubt someone's loyalty, we communicate a lack of faith in their character and intentions. This suspicion can create an environment of tension and mistrust, making it difficult for the relationship to thrive. Worse still, it can lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy where our doubts and fears manifest in the behavior of the person we distrust. If someone feels that they are constantly under suspicion, they might start to act in ways that align with those suspicions, either out of frustration, resentment, or simply because they feel they have nothing to lose. In friendships, as in any relationship, it is crucial to give the benefit of the doubt and to approach interactions with a presumption of goodwill. This does not mean being naive or ignoring red flags, but rather cultivating a mindset of trust and openness. By doing so, we create a supportive and positive environment where both parties can feel secure and valued. This principle is supported by numerous psychological studies that show trust begets trust. When we extend trust to others, they are more likely to trust us in return and act in ways that justify our trust. It is a powerful dynamic that can transform relationships and foster deep, meaningful connections. Furthermore, trust and openness in friendships enable us to face life's challenges with greater resilience. Knowing that we have someone who supports us unconditionally, who will listen without judgment, and who will stand by us through thick and thin, gives us the strength to navigate difficult times. It is this assurance of unwavering support that makes true friendship such a valuable and cherished aspect of our lives. On the other hand, living in a state of constant suspicion and mistrust is exhausting and isolating. It prevents us from forming deep connections and enjoying the full benefits of close relationships. Suspicion creates barriers and distances us from others, making it difficult to experience the joy and comfort that comes from genuine companionship. To foster trust and loyalty in friendships, it is essential to communicate openly and honestly. Share your thoughts and feelings, express your appreciation, and address any concerns or misunderstandings directly and respectfully. By doing so, you create a foundation of trust and mutual respect that can withstand the test of time. Living a life of integrity means being honest and transparent, with nothing to hide even from our enemies. While some matters are best kept private due to societal norms, a true friend is someone with whom we should feel comfortable sharing everything. Trusting in a friend's loyalty encourages them to be loyal, while constant suspicion can foster deception and betrayal. By approaching friendships with trust and openness, we can cultivate deep, meaningful relationships that provide support and companionship through life's challenges. Trust begets trust, and by living authentically and extending trust to others, we create a positive dynamic that enriches our lives and the lives of those around us. Why should I withhold anything from a true friend? When in the company of a true friend, you should feel as comfortable as if you were alone, free to express any thought or feeling. This openness is the hallmark of a deep, meaningful friendship. It fosters an environment where both parties can share their innermost thoughts and emotions without fear of judgment or betrayal. This level of trust and intimacy is what differentiates true friends from mere acquaintances. However, the reality is that many people struggle with this balance. Some individuals have a tendency to indiscriminately share their deepest secrets with everyone they meet. This approach is fraught with risks. Sharing intimate details of one's life with those who have not earned such trust can lead to misunderstandings, misuse of information, and ultimately feelings of betrayal. These individuals might believe they are fostering connection and intimacy, but they are actually exposing themselves to potential harm. It is a naive approach that assumes everyone has good intentions, which unfortunately is not always the case. On the other end of the spectrum, there are those who share nothing with anyone. These individuals are so guarded that they do not even confide in their closest friends. They keep their deepest thoughts and feelings locked away, often to their own detriment. This extreme caution can stem from past experiences of betrayal, a lack of self-confidence, or a general mistrust of others. While this approach may protect them from immediate harm, it also isolates them and prevents the formation of deep, supportive relationships. Living a life devoid of intimate connections can lead to loneliness and emotional stagnation. Neither extreme is desirable. Trusting everyone is as flawed as trusting no one. Trusting too much can lead to betrayal and disappointment, while trusting too little can lead to isolation and loneliness. The key is to find a balance between these extremes. Cultivating discernment in whom we trust and to what extent is crucial. It involves careful judgment and observation of others' actions and intentions before sharing our deepest thoughts and feelings. Though if I had to choose, I would consider trusting too much the better, albeit less safe course. This perspective might seem counterintuitive, given the potential for betrayal and disappointment. However, trusting too much at least allows for the possibility of forming meaningful connections. It opens the door to deep, supportive relationships that can enrich our lives in ways that guardedness cannot. While there is a risk involved, the rewards of true friendship are worth the gamble. When we trust others, we create opportunities for mutual support, understanding, and growth. Trusting relationships provide a safe space for us to be our authentic selves, to express our fears and dreams, and to receive empathy and encouragement. These relationships can act as a buffer against life's challenges, providing comfort and solace in difficult times. On the other hand, living in a state of constant suspicion and mistrust is exhausting. It requires a continual expenditure of mental and emotional energy to maintain a guarded stance. This approach not only isolates us, but also prevents us from experiencing the full spectrum of human connection. It keeps us from the joy and comfort that come from sharing our lives with others. Trust is a fundamental aspect of human relationships. It is the glue that holds friendships, families, and communities together. Without trust, relationships are shallow and fragile, lacking the depth and resilience that come from genuine connection. By extending trust to others, we encourage them to trust us in return, creating a positive cycle of mutual respect and loyalty. It is important to note that trust does not mean blind faith. It requires careful judgment and the ability to discern who is worthy of our trust. We should observe people's actions and listen to our instincts before confiding in them. Trust should be earned, not given lightly. However, once someone has proven themselves to be trustworthy, we should be willing to share openly with them, knowing that this vulnerability is the foundation of true friendship. Therefore, withholding anything from a true friend is unnecessary and counterproductive. True friendship is built on complete trust and openness. While it is important to exercise caution and discernment in whom we trust, it is equally important to be willing to share our innermost thoughts and feelings with those who have earned our trust. Trusting too much, though potentially risky, is ultimately more rewarding than trusting too little. It allows for the possibility of forming deep, meaningful connections that can provide support, understanding, and joy. Therefore, in the company of a true friend, you should feel as comfortable as if you were alone, free to express any thought or feeling. Moderation is key. Just as neither constant busyness nor perpetual idleness is desirable, neither is blind trust nor complete distrust. This principle of moderation applies to all aspects of life, and it is essential for achieving true peace of mind and well-being. Extreme behaviors, whether in action, rest, trust, or mistrust, can lead to imbalance and dissatisfaction. Striking a balance between these extremes is crucial for a harmonious and fulfilling life. In the realm of industriousness, true productivity is not characterized by restless activity. Constant busyness, where one is perpetually engaged in tasks without meaningful purpose or direction, can lead to burnout and a sense of unfulfillment. This kind of frenetic activity is often driven by a fear of stillness, a fear of facing one's own thoughts and emotions. It is not a sign of genuine industriousness, but rather a symptom of a restless and unsettled mind. On the other hand, perpetual idleness, where one avoids any form of productive engagement, is equally undesirable. This state of inactivity can stem from a lack of motivation, fear of failure, or simply a desire to escape the demands of life. While rest and relaxation are essential for recovery and mental health, excessive idleness leads to stagnation and a loss of purpose. It can result in feelings of inadequacy and a sense of wasting one's potential. True industriousness lies in the balance between these extremes. It involves purposeful action, where one is engaged in meaningful activities that align with one's values and goals. This kind of activity is fulfilling and energizing rather than exhausting. It is driven by a sense of purpose and a desire to contribute positively to one's own life and the lives of others. Genuine industriousness allows for periods of intense focus and effort, balanced with times of rest and rejuvenation. Similarly, true repose is not mere inactivity. It is not about withdrawing completely from the world or avoiding all forms of engagement. Genuine repose involves a state of mental and emotional tranquility that comes from knowing when to step back and recharge. It is about finding peace in stillness, allowing oneself to rest and recover, and then returning to action with renewed energy and clarity. True repose is an active choice to cultivate inner calm and balance, rather than a passive retreat from life. Pomponius once wrote, "Some men have shrunk so far into dark corners that objects in bright daylight seem quite blurred to them." This metaphor highlights the dangers of retreating too far into inactivity or isolation. When individuals withdraw excessively from the world, they lose touch with reality and their ability to engage meaningfully with life. Their perspective becomes distorted, and they are unable to appreciate or respond to the opportunities and challenges that come their way. This extreme form of repose leads to a diminished existence, where one's potential is wasted and life becomes a series of missed opportunities. Striking a balance between action and rest is essential for true peace of mind. An active person should know how to relax. This means understanding the importance of downtime and allowing oneself to rest without guilt. It involves recognizing that rest is not a sign of weakness or laziness, but a necessary component of a healthy and productive life. By embracing relaxation, an active person can avoid burnout and maintain their energy and enthusiasm over the long term. Conversely, a person inclined towards repose should be capable of action. This means recognizing the value of purposeful engagement and stepping out of one's comfort zone to take on challenges and responsibilities. It involves understanding that action is essential for personal growth and fulfillment. By embracing activity, a person who tends towards repose can find a sense of accomplishment and meaning that enhances their overall well-being. In the context of trust, the same principle of balance applies. Blind trust, where one indiscriminately places faith in everyone, is fraught with risks. It can lead to betrayal and disappointment, as not everyone has good intentions or is worthy of such trust. This kind of naivety leaves one vulnerable to manipulation and harm. Complete distrust, on the other hand, is equally detrimental. It isolates individuals, preventing them from forming meaningful connections and experiencing the support and companionship that come from trusting relationships. Living in a state of constant suspicion is exhausting and lonely, and it erodes one's ability to engage positively with others. True peace of mind comes from a balanced approach to trust. This involves exercising discernment and judgment when deciding whom to trust, while also being open to the possibility of forming deep, meaningful relationships. It requires recognizing that trust should be earned, and that extending trust to those who have proven themselves can lead to enriching and supportive connections. It is the key to a fulfilling and balanced life. Neither extreme busyness nor complete idleness, neither blind trust nor total distrust leads to true well-being. By embracing a balanced approach to action, rest, and trust, we can cultivate a state of genuine peace of mind. This balance allows us to engage purposefully with life, rest and recharge when needed, and form deep, meaningful relationships based on mutual trust and respect. It is through this balance that we find true harmony and fulfillment.